Alright guys, I literally was panicking because I was looking everywhere, upstairs, downstairs. I was about to go in my car. I was looking all throughout the basement and all of my bookshelves and everything for my sketchbook, and I could not find it. And I was so worried that I left it at school and someone had taken it, and I was like, oh my god, did I write my name and my number inside? I'm like, well, people gotta know it's me because it's all my stuff inside. I'm like, oh, I was so worried about it, and it was under some books over there on the table. So yeah, I panicked for no reason, but it was really stressful, 15 minutes, but I have it, and here goes the sketchbook tour. Hey guys, today we're doing a little sketchbook tour, flip through, whatever you want to call it. I have been using this sketchbook since, I believe, September, maybe? Yeah, definitely September, because I started using this solely for my AP Studio Art class, and that's basically all that's in here. So it's kind of like showing you what it's like in the AP Art course also, which is kind of cool. It shows you some of the assignments I've done. I just kind of wanted to do this little flip through, maybe get inspired. I know that I like to watch videos like these to get ideas on my layouts for certain projects in the AP curriculum, so I hope that this can help you through your AP journey. I'm coming to a close actually. My AP exams are due on May 20th or 21st, I can't remember right now, but I'm doing 2D. So yeah, I'm really excited to submit and finally be done with it. It's coming to a close, and I've worked really hard this year, so I'm glad to finally just have it all come to wraps and get to show the artwork that I've made during the year. So okay, let's get into it. This is my sketchbook, everyone. Let me show you guys up here. So here's my sketchbook. It's very plain. I never decorate them because I feel like I work so hard on the inside artwork. So yeah, this is my sketchbook. It's from Arteza, and they sent it to me for free actually. We did a little collab. I kind of never posted anything for it because I forgot once they shipped it out to me, so sorry Arteza. First off, oh my god, when we open it, I have a ton of crap in here. Okay, so this kid made these. I don't even know where I got this. I think I found it. All this stuff I just like stole, kind of. Oh, these are watercolors from 2nd grade. I use a lot of these in my work to tie in like the childhood element, which is actually the theme of my sustained investigation this year. I'm actually going to take all this stuff out. These are notes from literally my first class when my teacher was looking at our summer assignments, and I cut some of them out and used them to create ideas for projects. We got the cow tissue paper that I used for one of my pieces. I love it. I love cows, guys. And some more for some other stuff that I did. Okay. So that's all that's in the first little page. I don't know. I literally have a folder in the back, but I keep it all just in the front. I don't know why. So let's get into it. Oh my god, the first page. I actually had stuff underneath this. Oh my god. I had like doodles I did in my first like English classes. Oh, these were doodles that I did on the first day of my AP Art class. And then I kind of like wrote stuff around, like themes, like I was thinking for the year, and it was barely started, and I did like things that I liked at the moment. Oh my god. Like, oh, I was so into pastels at the moment. I totally forgot, like oil pastels. Oh my gosh, this is so crazy. Second page. Oh my god, this is my first idea. I never ended up doing this. So she gave me like stuff about, oh, speak my truth. What does it mean to be a person? Speak my truth concept. So I made my first concept for like an idea to communicate into a piece, which this year in the art class was really about conveying meaning, having thoughtful, meaningful ideas behind your artwork, and not just painting something pretty. It was really about developing ideas, and I really like learned that this year. I really grew as an artist and just as a person as I like thought deeper about my art and what it really meant to me. So this was my big piece about kind of labels and what it's like to grow up gay, struggles, day-to-day, love and relationships. I had all of these ideas, and I was going to do a photo shoot, which I have like the little thumbnail up here, a sketch, and I had like, I wanted to have like rainbows coming in and like glitter, like crying, because that's kind of gay. I don't know. I really was just like throwing out ideas. It was fun little like kind of like brain dump sort of thing. So yeah, that was my first idea this year. Oh my god. Oh, here we have the cow page that I literally never did. But, oh, I hate this. But these little guys were really cute. I love these. These are my little babes. Oh, and this is my first artist bio. Oh my god, this is like all my firsts. I feel like these are my baby days. I'm looking back. Okay, so we have Durane, and he was this guy. He used a lot of like dots and color, and that's where I wanted to start getting more abstract, because I was really in this mindset of like everything has to be hyper realistic or else it looks bad. But that's not how art works, and you can have your own style. And I was really worried about having my own style this year, but I totally developed my own style now, which really like makes me happy and makes me feel like an individual as an artist. But this is my first page for artist bios. I know that a lot of kids have to do this for their AP art classes. We personally had to do like 2 or 3 artist bios for every project, so I think this might be really helpful to you if you're starting out with your artist bios in your class. I got a little note here actually. But yeah, so I use a lot of color, picture, incorporate the style of the artist into like the design of the page, and you want to like use some of their techniques, and I drew my own little version right there, and I researched important parts, not like the whole life, but like you want to do the technique, what influenced them as an artist, what artists they were friends with, and how the time period influenced their style. So those are like kind of main 3. I'm like giving so much advice right now, but yeah, that's kind of what I did for my artist bios. Here was Juan Gris. This one I wanted to do a little like smaller ones because I didn't want to do a huge like one of these. But this one I really learned from my first artist bio, because this one took a lot of time. I did so much extra research that I did not have to do. But this one I really like honed in on talking about the specific pieces and what elements I wanted to take from this artist and put into my own pieces, my own artwork. Oh, CJ Henry. She was really cool actually. I wish I knew more about her. I never really got to learn much about her, but she is a hyper-realistic artist, and I didn't really take anything from her style, but she was just very interesting to me, because she kind of had this really cool story where she dropped out of college to pursue art and kind of like barely had any money, but she made her way up, and now she has like an awesome platform and works for amazing companies, so it's really cool. Her story's really, really neat. Oh, this was our first project! What is a still life? So this was our still life project, and we had to create 3 pieces, and I wanted to do kind of like self-portraits within my still life, and I don't remember if that was part of the project or just a direction that I went in. I honestly don't know, but this was my teacher did a lot of like notes on the page, but she doesn't do that anymore. She just adds like comments on Google Classroom. But yeah, I started like mapping out my thoughts, like doing kind of brain dump. What do I say? What do I want to say? Like, how do people perceive life? Surrealism, creating. Like, I kind of like had an idea, and then I branch it down so I could communicate ideas into visuals. And making that jump, you need to have like a lot of thought process, and I'll get into that a lot more later. But this was like kind of my beginnings, and it's really cute to like see how much I've changed and grown this past year. So it makes me happy seeing that I've really flourished in art, and I'm not just at a standstill. I've really made a lot of progress, and that's important, and I can't wait to see the progress that I make in the next year. So yeah, I did little thumbnails, what I wanted to show, what I wanted to express. That's kind of how I map out stuff. I had a plan. This was just kind of like to-do list. I add them in here sometimes. These were thumbnail sketches. I actually didn't do these as still lifes. I had to take pictures of it because I could not have the setups like that, because it was like literally my living spaces. So not a true still life. And here was my first brain dump, and my teacher like loved it. It's really helpful to me. What am I trying to say? And I did the specific pieces, and I said spaces, bedroom, bathroom, studio. How do the spaces we inhabit reflect on us? So that was my question. How do we reflect on the spaces we inhabit? So these were like my questions that guided me to like see the visuals and how do I express myself. In the bathroom one, the bedroom piece was more about my mom and stuff like that. I really like dive into the meaning because the meaning helps create the visual, if that makes any sense. Oh, our second project, social issues. So we had to come up with 10 social issues, and I already knew I wanted to do something gay because, you know. So I did a little research and I did the word faggot. I can say that because I'm gay and I've had that word used against me. Disclaimer, it's okay for me to use. So I did the word faggot in 3 different forms because we, again, had to create 3 pieces. So I did fire because a faggot was known as kindling, like faggots, like little kindling sticks, and like the word changes. It was kind of about the evolution of language. So I did the burning fire, the cigarettes, because that's what they call them in a lot of parts of Europe, and then I wanted to someone pointing at me because I've had that word used against me, and it's where I started to kind of dive into my personal experiences and my artwork. Again, doing the word mapping out stuff. We have, what does this word mean to me? Why is it used? I want to educate, like the purpose behind my pieces. This was really how I like developed my thoughts, and I still do this to this day. David Hockney, he was a very gay artist, worked on a lot of male-focused pieces, had pieces of his lover. There was a really interesting film about him. I didn't get to see it, but I read a lot about it. And he would have his lover, who they broke up, come back to his house so he could pose for him, just so he could spend more time with him. And the filmmaker said it was very awkward, and it was just really interesting to read about his life and his artwork and how his relationships were a big part of his artwork. So this was a really cool guy to learn about. Next we have Alexander Glass, who again worked on gay men, which I wish I kind of looked up things about gay women because I'm a gay woman myself. But, you know, you live and you learn. Oh, this was the installation project. So I was working on 2020 and how it like affected me, what was significant, how did we go through it as a community. This was my big brain dump. Like, this was a really serious project to me because so much happened in that year. So many important things in politics and social movements, in community experiences, being virtual, having the pandemic, everything was like worldwide experience, and it was really interesting to compile it all together at the end of the year and pick the most important events and communicate them through a piece. That I was displaying in my community, and that was they were able to comment on. So this whole project had a very interesting outcome. These were some visuals I wanted to include. The piece is actually on my Instagram, and I'll insert a picture of it here right now. Can you see it? It's pretty cool. It's digital. It took a very long time. My first real digital drawing, so I'm very proud of it. But yeah, these were the people I wanted to show, the events that happened, police brutality, Black Lives Matter, all this, the murders that took place, and all the deaths that happened this year that were very influential. Another artist bio. This one didn't have a lot of meaning to me. It was just an installation artist that I thought was interesting. That also did a lot of social movements. A letter from Gandhi to Hitler. Glass sculptures with words from Gandhi. It's a lot of big social movements, public figures. So I kind of had a relation, but I didn't feel strongly about this artist. As you can see from the lack of like passion I put into the page, it's kind of like plain, I don't know. Oh my god, the dot lady, Yayoi Kasuma, which I barely know how to say her name, so I kind of feel bad because I researched her. I hate this page. The dots make it so hard to read, and I just, I don't know. But I used her inspiration of the dots because I wanted to use dots on my installation to have people put on the part of the piece that they felt affected them the most this year. But I ended up using sticky notes, which I definitely should have used dots because the sticky notes add an element where they could say whatever they wanted to because they wrote on them. And I had a lot of comments that were uncalled for, that were inappropriate, that had nothing to do with the topic. So I learned a lot from that installation project that I shouldn't put pieces in front of the freshmen. But I learned a lot, so give and take, there was good and bad. Oh my god, this piece. Hey guys, so I realized that my camera only records 20 minutes at a time, which I did not know. And I didn't talk for too much longer, but I went a little bit longer. So I'm actually going to split this up into parts because I don't want this to be too long to watch, and I want to kind of have it be a little journey and you guys can follow along and watch all the different parts and have a little series. So this is going to be part 1. Yeah, that wraps up this video. I will see you guys in part 2 of my sketchbook. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in part 2.